Okay, welcome
Hello.
to Rai Vision discussion today, and is a very, very different kind of discussion. It's the first time on Rai Vision Dialogues we're having a group of people to discuss a very, very specific issue, which is Mission Girmitya, that is involving a particular district from where many Girmitis were transported to the colonies. And today I have got with me, in order of joining this discussion, Swasti Bolay Bheekha from Switzerland. So welcome. And then I have got Dilip Giri, who is in Bharat itself. And then Pramodh Rai is joining from Sydney. And then we have got Dennis Ramdhain from New York, USA. And the last person, but not the least, is Vinod Tiwari, who's joining from Bharat as well. Very briefly, let me say that today's discussion is, apart from introducing the international people who are very, very committed to the Girmit mission, as we are saying now. Some of us have been there for many, many years. Some of ones are also been there at least for 3, 4, 5 years. And we're meeting for the first time. And so we're going to start off by introducing each other. And like always do, I'll invite people as they have joined in to briefly tell us all who you are and how you are involved with this Mission Girmitya. So is Swasti Bolay Bheekha from Switzerland.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay, namaste all of you.
Namaste.
Some of you have already seen, and some of you I have not seen, but it's very good to be all together. So my name is Swasti Bolay. I'm born in Mauritius, and now for many decades I'm in Switzerland. In the 2018, it was the first time I had been in India, and there in India, I think I met with Dilip Giri, and then over there we decided to go for the search of my ancestors. And 2019, I go back in India, and together with Dilip Giri, we have been doing all the journey up to my ancestors' village in Balia. The village name is Dewa, exactly. And after that, we decided to found the Girmitya Foundation, because we have seen that there are many people who are also in search of their roots, and they cannot have find someone who can really guide them, you know. And we have found out that in India there was not any organization really registered for this purpose. Yeah. So from 2019, we are on the ground floor to help people. We have got many suggestions from Trinidad and Tobago, from Fiji also, and South Africa also.
Swasti, sorry, yes. we'll get to the
yes.
Girmitya Foundation soon, where we'll have more details from you and Dilip as well. But this is brief personal introductions of everybody.
Okay, yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So now, Dilip, please tell us who you are.
Yes. Thank you for give this opportunity and welcome Denis Bhai, Swasti ji, and also Satish ji. Especially thank you to you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Dilip Giri and I am born and brought in Kolkata, but my ancestor place in Chhapra, Bihar. And I am my professional life is a journalist. I was connected long time in the national news channel for the Indian media industry, and also I make some film and also do in the film industry work. And now settled in the Delhi and working from here, Girmitya Foundation. Me and Swasti ji make a foundation. The name Girmitya Foundation also sees said also. So you are doing all charity work and help to person from root search from the Girmitya Foundation. And
One
my
second,
profession is a journalist. Yes.
Dilip, we'll come to Girmitya Foundation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this is just brief personal
Okay.
introduction.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
And Pramod, if you can unmute yourself and come and join us.
Okay, my name is Pramodh Rai. I am a elder brother of Satish Rai, and I've been involved with Girmit along with Satish since he has been here. And at the moment, I am the president of Indian Diaspora Council of Australia. And the first time I visited my ancestors was in 2010, and then later that was from my Aji's side, and then later from my mom's side, we visited in 2019, and that was with my brother Satish and another brother from New Zealand, Prakash, my cousin from New Zealand as well. So that is it.
Thank you, Pramod. Now we'll come to Dennis, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis Ramdhain. I am fourth generation born in Trinidad, and my ancestors came from the general area of Eastern UP, Bihar. And I first came to India in 2003 and subsequently revisited in 2007 and moved to live and work in India in 2009. And I guess that's when I met Vinod, and he took me to Ballia, and that's when we basically started up the Vihara Foundation.
Thank you, Dennis. We'll come to Vihara Foundation very shortly. Vinod Bhai, your introduction. हिंदी बोलना चाहते हैं हिंदी में या इंग्लिश में जैसे आप
English.
English is good, yeah, for Dennis.
First of all, सबको मेरा नमस्कार, सबको मेरा प्रणाम. Namaste to everybody.
Namaskar.
Okay, and thanks to everybody for giving me this opportunity to join this meeting, and to Dennis Bhai also, and Satish sir also. Yeah, I met you last time. I remember very well. So the work we are doing with Dennis and me has been made by the grace of the God. Actually, I got a business in Calcutta, and Dennis came to work in Calcutta, and there we met and we discussed, and then we went to the village, and there we started working. And through Dennis, I met many people who are Girmitias who are living far, but they have feelings for their villages. I found that they have so much touch with their villages. When I talk to Satish or many people, they have so much touch for their village to do something good for, and the same feeling I found in Dennis. So we just came together, and this movement is on now. It's been almost like 10 years, but the movement is on, going on and on. And I found very happy to talk to all these people who are Girmitias, who are living from different part of the world, but they have a good feeling for their ancestors, and this is very good thing. and be a part of this empathy learning. That's all I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod. Thank you very much. And I think everybody probably know me and my background. Swasti and Dilip, we had a long chat the other day, so we'll push on with our agenda for tonight. We'll call on Dennis. Dennis is also the founding member and secretary of Global Girmit Association. But today, I'll request him to start off by telling us briefly about Vihara Foundation and Vihara project in Ambalia. It's a very long presentation if he loves to talk about the project. So if hopefully we can keep it with.
Yeah, I'll keep it very brief.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So I come from a background of engineering. When I left Trinidad, I came to America. I studied in USA. I did my bachelor's and master's degree in USA. And I worked with the government sector for a while. And we basically innovated around the space of green building design. So when I came to India on this Kolkata Metro project, it's when I met Vinod. So when Vinod took me first time to the village, I was a little skeptical about traveling into rural sector, even though the end result was very, very positive. That first travel into rural sector had a lot of question marks, you know, what to expect in terms of accommodation and facilities and all these things. I didn't know. I really didn't know. So he took me there. He said, you know, don't worry, everything will be fine. So I boarded the train with him with full confidence. And this was in, I think that first journey was in April 2009. That was merely 6 weeks after I landed in India. He took me to the village. When I went there, I was shocked. I was fascinated. I was fascinated to know that, you know, I'm actually standing in a village, sleeping in a village. I mean, sleeping in a village, because I had trekked through villages in my previous trips. In 2007, we did the ancestral search in Ara and close to Bikramganj for my great grandmother who traveled to Trinidad. And in 2003, we passed through this Ballia region heading towards Varanasi by road. I have to tell you, in 2003, when I made that journey, I was shocked to see the conditions. There was no roads and there was no facilities, no electricity, no running water. So it's just amazing to come back in 2009 and see similar conditions. When Vinod first took me there were like no roads, still no running water, and still no electricity. But in any event, I got there, and when I got there, I started to document the things that was happening and occurring, and putting on my engineering hat, I said, you know, there is no reason that we live in the first world countries And we are looking to advance everything in a first world mindset. We are looking to push good policies and good concepts and do marvelous things like fly to the moon and have the strongest military and, you know, just keep innovating. We keep innovating, and we keep innovating with a mindset to make profit. We want to make profit. Profit is a measure of success, and everybody wants to head in that direction. So if I'm coming from the West and knowing my roots is from this region and having been born in Trinidad, then what is wrong? What is wrong that I'm standing on Balya's, on the soil of Balya, on the soil of Eastern UP and Bihar? And what is it I'm observing? This is very confusing. Who is responsible for this? You know, why is this region that we call the ancestral lands? Why is it left in such a state of disrepair? Why is it left in such a state of underdevelopment? And it's when I said, you know, look, we have to do something. I know too much engineers. I've been to too many conferences. I've been talking too much about development and all these things. We have to do something. So that's when I started to make my phone calls, and I started to call up my friends who are working in United Nations, and amongst other engineers and developers. We decided, yes, we can do something. And that's when we started the conceptualization of the Vihara Foundation in 2009. So to make a long story short, the Vihara Foundation stepped in and started to measure the dynamics of the natural resource systems, the soil, the water, the biodiversity, the underlying economics, that is all contributing to the broken social infrastructure. So we decided to reprogram a systems mindset to see how we can refashion the arrangements of these systems so that they become refunctional and they become revitalized to create optimized production systems in the area of agriculture and energy and other resources, so that it can fuel up new wealth creation that can basically reboost this sector and take it out of poverty. So we have been working on a master plan to assemble all the farmers, bring all the farmers together, change their mindsets, and move them into a corporate level of thinking, so that they can pool all their land resources, and we can make common and sensible and sustainable business decisions to restructure and reinvigorate those land holdings. So since then, we have been working on a cooperative model design with a concept of assembling the lands and bringing them into 1 square kilometer, which is 100 hectare land parcels. Our objective is to build a 1 square kilometer prototype that involves civil engineering, hydrological engineering, soil restoration, reforestation, energy implementation, all to produce food production, which is the common means of employment in the area. Grow food the same way we grow food in Holland or America or Australia. Grow food, but grow food with optimized utilization of resources, and to quadruple that amount of food production with the same amount of resources, so that there's more profitability in the farmers' pockets, and also give the farmers new measures of economic revenue via energy investments, okay, in multiple areas: solar, biogas, hydrogen, biofuels. These are things much needed in this Eastern UP Bihar region that has been left back from the rest of India. Energy security, energy poverty is a big problem there. And anyone will tell you, you travel through these regions, you have to struggle to get a few hours of electricity to probably charge your phone, much less put on a light or hook up a computer for some children to study. So we have identified major problems affecting this area, and I have hypothesized scientifically that if we don't take action now to capture and control the risk affecting Eastern UP and Bihar in the area of resource management, it will be at great risk. The entire ancestral lands will be at great risk, because one thing this region has been confronted with is a situation of overpopulation. If we were to rewind, if somebody were to draw a timeline and reverse engineer the population dynamics from today, going backwards decades by decades into centuries by centuries, you would realize that the conditions, the human dynamics conditions was not as densely populated as we currently see. So if let's imagine we go back to the time of 1770s when the British first arrived, for example, you would find that India did not have a population of 1.3, 1.4 billion people. India probably, I hypothesize, if it had a population of 250 million at the time of World War II, ending of World War II, and that was around 1940s, mid 1950 ending, then what possibly could have been the population of India 200 years before? 100 million? I don't know. But it goes to show that with population growth came a tremendous demand for resource and resource management. So this is putting a lot of stress. Nobody's actually paying attention. It's putting a lot of stress on the carrying system, the soil, the water, the biodiversity. It's putting a lot of stress, and if we continue to think that India is going to keep increasing in population and nobody's going to pay attention to the fundamental things that feeds us and clothes us and energize us, then we are wrong. So the whole concept of the Vihara Foundation, it is basically an assembly of professionals from around the world, scientists, technologists, development practitioners, innovators in economics and all these things that has come together to basically master plan a demonstration project, a prototype development project, starting in Ballia, and then from there scaling out in Ballia and other surrounding districts in the eastern UP Bihar region, mainly to restore natural resource management, fix the economic problems, grow more food, and create new wealth that will become the fuel for social redevelopment. And one thing I have to say, this project is not only a master plan process on paper, which we are currently raising funding on various investment platforms to monetize. But in order to get this project going, we had to sensitize the local inhabitants of the region. So we have been doing what's called polarization projects in Ballia. Vinod has been last decade and more. He has been running a local school to bring and integrate the middle class children or the landowning children with the landless children in order to understand each other and transfer a bit of knowledge, resources to help feed a bit of education into those population sectors that would typically become illiterate. So he has been very successful in getting young children, six years and younger, to learn how to read and write. And this is it's a very promising project and concept where we believe that if we're able to do that, just give the children basic reading and writing skills, which they will carry for the rest of their life. All right, they don't have to be doctors and lawyers, just basic reading and writing, because if you notice, a lot of them end up growing into young adulthood not even knowing the basics of reading and writing. He has proven that this is possible. With a little bit of funding, he can accomplish this. He has managed this for the last 10 years, and he has shown that it works when you can sensitize the community to come together and do this. The other thing Vinod has been doing as part of the polarization project, he has been running a medical clinic. They have treated in over 10 years more than 100,000 patients. Now, most of these patients of the landless class, they barely have money to even travel to a hospital or access medical care. They come into this homeopathic clinic and they get the treatment by a trained doctor for many different types of ailments. And this thing has a remarkable impact on the general regional communities, because you would see people traveling from 70 to 100 kilometers outside Ballia trying to get to this clinic. By the grace of God, they reach the clinic, they get their medicine, they bring their children, they get the treatment, and they travel back. And what this does, this spreads the word this spreads the message of the Vihara Foundation that this organization is doing some social good. So this is also a polarization project that is very successful. The doctor currently lives in, I believe, somewhere close to UP, or in UP in Balia, and it's very committed. And I would like to see that this project gets sustained and measured and reported globally, so that the goodness of this project continues to help the people of Balia and the surrounding region. And the next thing is being done in terms of groundwork to polarize the mindset of the people is in the area of farming, where we are working with India's foremost and national award-winning Padma Shri Subhash Palika in the area of natural farming. Palika has visited Balia, and he has inspired the farmers to shed chemical dependence and start thinking about natural farming and adopting natural farming process, which is the original farming process that our ancestors did before all these big chemical companies started changing our mindsets. So it's going back to the original farming that does not use chemicals, does not use deadly pesticides, gives you traditional methods of storage and all these things. This is also something that the project has been pushing on the ground. We have been traveling, networking, discussing, and looking to bring on board this concept and create a regional training institute in natural farming to basically boost and propel this concept to empower farmers. So these are the basic things that has been happening on the ground in Balia to reinforce the greater master plan project that we are proposing. It's a collective of international development concepts with modern technology, modern sustainable technology that we wish to interject in Eastern UP and Bihar, with the actual importance of the leadership down there and the groundwork that will reinforce the concepts and the change much needed. So in a nutshell, that's pretty much the scope and mission of the Vihara Foundation. I am the founder and CEO of the organization. My current status right now, other than technical project development, have been finding myself over the last 2 years and more working heavily in the area of fundraising and conducting various investments and marketing the project to raise financing for this implementation. So I'm going to leave it right there, Satish, and let the floor open up for if there's any questions and further explanations.
Yeah, thank you, Dennis. When Dennis first told me about this project a few years ago, I was very, very impressed in many, many ways, and probably you can see why this project is so important. It's not just massive project, a very well thought out project, but it's also the first project of that kind in India, initiated by a descendant of Girmitya. Having said that, now invite Vinod. If you unmute yourself, Vinod, brief update from the ground level. Tell us when you last visited Balia and Vihara project and what's happening there at the moment.
Vinod, you have to unmute. Unmute.
Hello.
Yes, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I keep going to Balia, and this what Dennis has said is very close to my heart also. Because Dennis coming from all the way from such a far place, and he met me in Calcutta, and I just called Dennis. This is not a type of NGO or something. This is called GCU, a God created organization. We've been working together for so many years. So what happened is that the clinic is on. The clinic is running on the ground. The school for the children is running it's coming very good. But due to pandemic, this COVID, it's been shut down a few months because it's very tough, you know. And for the ground level work for the farming, people are all ready. We meet with the farmers. We are working on the ground. And now we are preparing by Subhash Palikar method, that how to prepare GEO method, put in the field without using any chemical or anything. So this is how the training is going on in the village. So many people have been come up with the idea. Basically, you're using the cow dung and cow urine, desi cow of India, not Jersey cow. So this is the method which you're using in the field right now. So many people are learning, and this is also one more story I like to share with everybody. In Calcutta, the cow dairy is not allowed, shut down. But somehow I found one cow in Calcutta, and I took that cow. She was pure Indian cow. I took that cow on a truck to Balia. It took me almost 3 days, and she is living in the village right now. And you are using the cow dung and the cow eating of that cow, and which is very good for the field. So so these things, this is all the activities which has been going on in the village is controlled by the God. Then is coming, I from Calcutta, from Balia, we met, and this cow is also coming from where I don't know, and she's going to the village, and this. So the work is on, the things are moving on. The people are realizing the very important thing, which nobody is there to even think about this. The school which is running in the village right now, we are not teaching so many things to them. We are teaching them the basic things, how to keep yourself clean, and what other things can be done with this farming and all these things. So youth have been coming up forward, and the students also learning, So these things all going on right now in the village. All I can say right now. I'll be again going very soon. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll hear from you again on that. It's great to see a desi cow traveling from Calcutta to Balia. It was Balia, our ancestors were taken from Balia to Calcutta and shipped abroad. But seeing a desi cow traveling to Balia is very heartening.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vinod. And now I'll invite Swasti to give introduction to Girmitya Foundation. Go.
Yeah, thank you for this very beautiful project, and thank you also for all the work that has been done up to now. Yes, we are very lucky in the sense that we have been brought by our ancestors out of the country, and this is really the positive things when we go there, and we can see all the things that how we have been lucky that our parents have gone, even it was by struggling, even by I don't know, many reasons. They left the country, they left their village, left their family, and so on. But in doing that step, that gave us this possibility that we here now as Girmitya descendant, we have get this this chance, this opportunity to learn, to learn, to see, I mean, life differently. And when we go back, and we can see all the improvements that we have done, and we want to give this back, it's we have a project also, the fruits from the roots. The fruit is that we have, what we have become, what we have become, and what we can share now back to our ancestors' village or in the country. And our Girmitya Foundation is based also in this, to help people to go for the research of the roots, and not just research for the roots, to get connected and to build up something also with people of the village, and this goes really in the project that Dennis is telling. And we have been also done some many, I'll say, social workers work in the, also in the background of villagers in Ranchi, where we have seen in villages where there are many children, as said, but many children, even the school is free, said in India school is free, but people do not have enough material schools to attend school properly, like clothes, like school materials, and so on. Okay, so we are also working on that. Our future, not because we just begin now, it's only 3 years we are on the ground. Our biggest objective is also to open a technical school for those people, those children who had failed in the academics field, because nowadays everywhere people are looking for diploma, certificate, and so on. Many people, even in Mauritius also, here also, are rushing of that. But everyone needs are looking for good clothes, good food, everyone good, everyone have said naturally done, naturally with handicraft and so on. But many people are not ready to do that. But we see in India, I have seen many skills. I have visited in Kolkata, a place where they do murtis, but really murtis by all natural things. And when I see all that, I see, there are many skills there, and it's on our project to build this school also. And yes, or also the Girmitya Foundation is to make awareness about our culture and our dharma, our sanskar, and so on. That youngsters now is going very backward with that. Yeah. No, it's.
Thank you, Swasti, and we'll return to this. If you think of anything else, then
yes,
you can add to that. And before I invite Dilip to add on to what Swasti has said at the ground level, can I just say, listening to Dennis and Swasti is our Girmitya ancestors, for whatever reason, they were recruited and transported to various colonies. I don't think anybody wanted to stay in those countries, but unfortunately they had to. They always wanted to go when they went, earn some money and come back and contribute to the villages. Unfortunately, majority of them were not able to do that. For me, us, what we are doing is we owe it to the souls of our Girmityas that what they were not able to do, going back to the villages, contributing, we are, as their children, giving back. And somewhere, wherever their souls are, they are not resting peacefully, I think. And they are not going to rest peacefully until we go back and make those villages as thriving as the rest of the villages in India. That was the dream. That was the dream with which they, when they were sailing to these colonies, they had those dreams. Those dreams were shattered, but the last breath they took in the colonies, I think they would have been thinking about their loved ones back in the villages. And we are doing what they could not do. These are my personal feelings. I've had these feelings for many, many years now. So I invite Dilip now to, he's also, there's a lot of coincidence today. We had one Kolkatan from in Vinod, contributing back to his ancestral land in Balia. And we've got Dilip, who also was born in Calcutta, was doing a lot of work to help people in Balia as well as in his ancestral land. So Dilip, over to you.
Okay. Firstly, namaskar, all of you, and also Vinod bhai, I am also belong from Kolkata, and my ancestors village in the Chapra, Bihar, and you also belong from Balia and very connected in the Garden Rich Kolkata. So it is also very local for me, and also I know very well-known personalities in politics and social work in the Kolkata. Basically, Girmitya Foundation, Swasti is also briefing about the Girmitya Foundation work style. We are doing basically started for the help the root searching program for the all Girmityas brothers and sisters in the global world, and we are happy, and I am personally happy that you are doing well in the helping for the root search, and we are also success for the help for the person without any payment. Secondly, all mission is the charity work of food distribution, schooling, and also technical school and primary school and medical center. This is the almost same all NGOs working same style. We are doing a specialist thing that we are continue trying promote our ancestor culture and history in the entire world in our in Girmitya brother and sister, and we're getting very good feedback from the other side and other people from the outside of the India, and you are watching they are very connected by the heart with India, and we are trying for the make some documents and data for the providing all Girmityas candidate and high commission. So uh, our primary program helping to search for root search, but we are continue trying in the other part charity work and promote our culture and history. Yes.
Thank you, Dilip. I was just thinking now that now knowing more about Vinod than yourself, there are also people in India who are disconnected from their roots in our ancestral land. So we got some common causes there, and that's why perhaps we should be reaching out to more Indians in India who are from the what I have been saying, the Girmit Nagar Eastern UP and Western Bihar. So that's we should be, and there will be millions, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dilip and Vinod. So we should be doing that. Can I invite Pramodh now, who is the president of Indian Diaspora Council of Australia, to tell briefly what IDCA is about. Pramodh, if you can hear me, please unmute yourself. And whilst Pramodh is doing that, I'll be asking people about their thoughts on Mission Girmitya after Pramodh. Pramodh, if you can get onto video if you want.
Is he on?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite late in the night here, and I've been painting the house
Okay.
throughout the day, so I'm really tired, no?
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, what Satish has been doing, I've been supporting him here, but we are trying to make people aware about our roots. After 2 exiles, one our Girmityas to Fiji, and then from there, because of military coup in Fiji, our whole entire family, got scattered. Some went to New Zealand, some to Canada, some to America, some to, Australia here. So at the moment, last about 25 years, we have been engaged in just building ourselves here. Once again, trying to preserve our culture and so forth. But now we are trying to, once we are established, we are trying to reach our people back in India and find out as to how, or what they have been doing and all those. And it was certain to know or to note that, their condition there was not as good as what we thought. And that is where I got a bit, concerned at how we can help. So I've been trying to get my children and the contacts I have to reach back to those people. But the problem is that most of the people have tried to connect with people back in India, but they have not been able to do so because there is not a, easy access. And most of the people have moved from there as well. So that is where I think Satish has been engaged to, reach so many people there. Even recently, I think early this year, some people connected us or contacted us, and we tried to, connect somebody with these people back in India, but we were not able to get, the fruit out of it. So I think it is very, very, uh, important that we establish a center there, which is probably supported by the government there, local government or the regional government, so that people are not just taken for the ride. If they spend so much money, time, and all those, and they are not able to find the route, that is where they are disappointed. So I think at the moment, a lot of people are trying to do the same thing through various means, and they've not been able to find the success there. And I can see more and more people joining us. So something has to be done there so that we have a center established where we have genuine people who should be able to help the people who are trying to find their heritage. And that is where we are at the moment. I got involved about 4 years ago, and with Satish and a couple of other people, we went to India. Dennis, you are also there. So that is the first time we met you. I was very impressed with your project, and would have planned to go and see that one to be able to see what we can do back in the area from where our ancestors came, but unfortunately, due to COVID and all those, we have not been able to go. So at the very first chance, I'll be going there and then seeing how we can get our people to help. But the problem is that we should be able to know that the people who are helping the right people. People, and to find the right people is something which we have to, think about.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Pramod. And yes, we during COVID, I think I shared this with everybody, Dennis as well, and recently with Swasti and Dilip, is that there are people, whilst we have got good, genuine people in India trying to help us, but there are also people in India who are trying to take advantage of our desire to get connected. And we are aware, and Dilip is aware of that. And also, before we go on to Mission Girmitya, I'm happy today because we out in the diaspora cannot really achieve much unless we team up with people on ground in India. And today is good. We got two people at least with us. There are many other people we all know, but slowly as we progress, we're going to introduce them to this group as well. And now, can I briefly ask, because time is running, Swasti, tell us what Mission Girmitya is, because that's the concept you started, which I like, and then we'll talk about how to progress with it.
Yeah, the concept, as I said, it's to help people, to find the roots. As the Bhaiji just suggested that there are many people who wanted but don't have people on the ground, local people there, and that's why when we found out there is not any official organization foundation for this, and that's why we registered over there, and with as Dilip Ji has many knowledge, as he's a senior journalist, and he's also in the ground in the field of politics and so on, so he has many connections, and maybe it's also like that I have been able to be in my village very rapidly in 4 months. I have been for the first time in November 2018, and March 2019 I have been already in the village. Okay, and as we have done all the process together, so that's why we have been able to do this foundation, because we have done it ourselves. We know how to proceed, how to go with it. And also I can talk about Mauritius, and when in 2020, because when I had been for the first time or for the second time in India, I had been with documentation from documentation from my cousin, and but we have the same ancestors, But when I have been in 2020 in Mauritius, I wanted to do the process myself, so that to know the whole process, how to get this documentation, to do the research in India. And I have done the research for my mom's side, and I have been able to do all this. And once we get that, and also in many countries also with this documentation, we can trace the route to the ancestor village, and Dilip Ji over there, we have many people around Patna, Delhi, and so on, who can give us real real, how say, the information about all that. Yes, and also our main how say objective also to bring also people, when people want to visit the village, we are ready to accompany them. This and this I think that we can meet with your brother, his concept of root research, so we can work together by that.
Yeah, thank you. And one thing I've been thinking about earlier today, and just got reminded, is no matter how many theses you write sitting in a university, there's nothing like actually going on the ground level and doing the search and visiting and talking to people. That's why I value what you've done, Swasti, and what Dennis has done as our global Girmitias. We have been there on the ground, and what we do and what we write, what we share is much more valuable than those so-called academics sitting in their air-conditioned offices and reading books and writing to promote themselves. I was thinking about that early on, and I think we all identify with Mission Girmitya. So as a way forward, just to save some time, I'll invite Dennis and then others. Is where do we go? How do we go from here? Do we really focus on Balia, make that into a model district, and highlight the activities there? This is where Dilip comes in very handy as a senior journalist, is telling through the media and getting other media personalities in UP, Bihar, and rest of India, talking about a project which we are involved in, so that the people in power in UP and Bihar get to know about us, what we're doing, so that we can get their support as well. Because once we get their support, I think what we are trying to achieve is going to move at a greater pace. So first, Dennis, and then we'll talk about the way forward for this group.
Right. So the draw or the pull or the push or the emotional sensitization that took me back to India was exactly the need to reconnect with the ancestral roots. Okay, it didn't just happen by guess. This is something embedded in me, and it's embedded in many others to actually make that reconnection. For you to make that reconnection, you have to put some personal effort into it. It doesn't just happen like that. But for me, as you can see, that personal recollection manifested into something bigger, okay? Because once I've made that connection and I can actually see and identify and touch the reality of what the ancestral village is, it led to other things. And I'm hoping that others who are doing the ancestral search make that same level of possible contribution. If it's just a feel-good exercise for personal satisfaction, then what can you do? You can't really do anything. But it is hope that someone completing that assignment of fulfilling the ancestors' quest, the many forefathers wished and begged and cried to reconnect to India, and they couldn't. And today's generation is possibly making that happen with the advent of modern air travel and all these amenities. So we have to realize that there is a percentage of people that is doing it for a personal reason, and then that's it. Once they achieve fulfillment, they are not possibly going to do much. And then there's another percentage that once they achieve fulfillment, they may continue to extend possible contribution and support. Now, as I listen to Swasti and Dilip, I fully endorse the concept of a foundation wholeheartedly embedded in ancestral search. We ourselves, the Global Girmit Association, we have carved out some strategies to assist in these ancestral search. We had identified several years ago, in order to fulfill these strategies, some level of funding will be required. And I'll just touch briefly on it. One of the things we wanted to do was digitalize the landing records in all global archives that contains these immigration records. Myself, coming from a scientific and technical background, I know perfectly well that once we upload that data, it becomes statistically meaningful, meaning somebody can actually, just like you have one of these DNA services, somebody can actually swipe their credit card, type in their name, and start narrowing down on this global database, how they can possibly trace back their roots. There are other strategies, such as once somebody finds their roots, if they are willing, they can upload their DNA. I'm talking to my cousin in London, and she's surprised that her DNA is matching to many people that she didn't even realize she was related to. And it seems to be a useful resource to fit in with the program. So I would like to see, and I personally have been working, I told Satish this, I've been working on the fundraising campaign, and I hope to have some funds soon, so we can pay some young researchers to actually upload this data and statistically make it meaningful and searchable. So there's a global resource database that people can point to. And with today's technologies, it would be nice to possibly, click on some prospective village that someone thinks that might be their ancestral village, and probably get some Google images of what this place looked like or what the people looked like and all these things, and vice versa for the people in those villages to search for their departed distant relatives that left some time ago. I would my whole point is coming down to this: as you carry out this important mission, we on the GGA side can loan advisory to you of the things we have thought about in the past to make it meaningful and to make it practical and tangible. But on the other side, you have to make this exercise cost effective. You have to make this exercise sustainable. It's not about you just throwing out your goodwill and time and effort to just make to just create that personal satisfaction for many people out there who wish to find their villages. We have to create some type of economic sustainability under the mission, so that you don't experience that burnout factor, and you can sustain this operation and make it most meaningful. And I'm hoping that, Satish, there could be a global registry where people from past, present, and future who wish to find their ancestral village actually list themselves on this registry, so that we can get a sense of idea how many people is making the inquiry, and what are their geographic distribution and coordinates. These things are very important, because at the end of the day, these things also add up to another global database resource that can support things like crowdfunding and all these things. So I just want to leave those comments on the table as we look to support you on this mission.
Thank you, Dennis. 2 points before I invite Dilip. One is the database of people who have searched or are searching is very, very good idea. And between us, we can start sharing that. And at the moment, I've got 2 people I'm assisting with the help of Shekhar Kumar in USA, because this younger person has got more energy than I have. So he's also international executive member of GGA. What had happened is last year, when we did a bit more publicity about ancestral search on behalf of GGA, a lot of people from across the globe, we started to contact us, and we're very happy helping them. But after the scams which we came across in India, I was very disappointed. Our whole team were very disappointed. So we stopped that. And once we've got a good team, a reliable team in India who can actually go to visit and conduct the searches, then we can start that again. And I think a lot of people out there would want to do that. But in the meantime, Swasti, if we can share with permission of those who have contacted us, and we start making a database, and you'll see, I was so surprised to see, the people, like in Fiji's case, who were known to us, but their ancestral villages are nearer to our ancestral village in India than our homes, former homes in Fiji. That's how closely they were clustered together. So you'll see that this kind of things happen. And briefly, on Dennis' point about people, what extent of commitment they have to their ancestral village. My little doggy is a bit excited. And Raju, keep quiet. And there are people who might, as I say, self-satisfaction. There are people who I know are helping their own families in India. And then there are people like Danish, myself, and Swasti who go beyond and try to help our larger community back there. So there's probably 3 types of people. And now invite Dilip to say something. I think
Satish, before Dilip comes on, you made a very important point there. When an indentured descendant finds his ancestral roots, he's not only finding it for himself, but he's finding it for his extended diaspora family. So that covers a broad base of fulfillments. So I'm glad you brought that out. It's not only the individual, but the extended individual, who's probably hundreds of people that is getting that satisfaction of knowledge.
Yeah, thank you for that, Dennis. And yeah, Dilip, please, and I'll mute myself so that you don't hear the
Okay.
barking.
No, thank you for all. No problem. Basically, firstly, this is a very true about the route searching program. In Indian government, no any details data available in the any archive library of the any state government. Also, the Kolkata Port Trust, from their all ancestor our going from Kolkata, no any documentation available in West Bengal library, archive library. I have researched 3 months in this library, but no any recorded data. Also, no any recorded data about the Girmitya history and Girmitya transportation in the government of Bihar archive library. And also same in the government of Uttar Pradesh, not any data available in the archive library. Secondly, it's very true that you send a data to me and also my foundation. So we search. That time Banaras was very big district. Now Banaras divided in the 3 districts, small district, Gazipur, Jaunpur, etc. So this is the main key point. As per my experience, the Thana it means police station, and Tahsil it means current name is the block. This is the key point for the searching program. And many spelling mistake and name mistake, but you are matching the near about name and near about location. Thirdly, main point is the it is not necessary when you come here you get your same family. And this is the question of the DNA test. This is the he is or she is uh, really my family member or not. तो इसमें क्या है कि सर ये बहुत मुश्किल होता है और ये मुश्किल है भी कि मैं जिस गांव में जा रहा हूं उस गांव में एग्जैक्ट माय फैमिली मेंबर इज अवेलेबल और नॉट. But if you go in the any village and all village welcoming to you own son as a village son as a family member, so this is the main point. But अगर कोई चाहे कि एग्जैक्ट मेरा फैमिली कौन है तो ये डिटेल्स इंफॉर्मेशन राइट नेम राइट विलेज राइट पुलिस स्टेशन एंड राइट लोकेशन तब ये पॉसिबल है. विदाउट दिस इज नॉट पॉसिबल. इट इज वेरी ट्रू एंड प्रैक्टिकल इंफॉर्मेशन.
Yes,
Audio.
good.
Yeah, sorry. That is true, Dilip, and I feel with more publicity. At the moment, what's happening now, we from the diaspora, we are trying to find our relatives in the villages.
Yes.
But with good publicity of what we're doing, there has to be, as Dennis said, once the people in this Girmit Nagar area get to know that their relatives out there are
Yes.
looking for them, उसके दिल में ऐसा आना चाहिए कि ये लोग खोज रहे हैं हमको, and they
Yes.
would also start to reach out to us. Then there's more likelihood of us getting together and getting the right families, because I have been to many villages, I talked to descendants, and all of them know that their relatives one of their relatives had gone somewhere. Like in Gorakhpur, they said, oh Marich gaye the, Marich. Mauritius ko, they say Mauritius is Marich Dweep. They went to Fiji, or they went to Sri Ram, Suriname. So everybody, yes, Dilip.
Yes, yes. Dr. Satish, you are saying very true. This is the marriage, the Mauritius name, and the Suriname is the Siram there. But this is the same thing in the young generation. Much don't know about this program and about this history. कि गिरमिटिया हिस्ट्री कौन थे, ये हमारे रूट्स, हमारे एंसेस्टर कहाँ गए थे, कि न्यू जनरेशन में ये इंफॉर्मेशन एक गैपिंग है जिसको हम लोग को फुलफिल ऑल्सो करना है। और आपने सही कहा कि इसका पब्लिसिटी जो है मुझे इस लेवल पे करना है कि इंडिया में भी जो न्यू जनरेशन है दे आर फील कि हमारे एंसेस्टर कहीं गए थे, हमारे ऑल्सो रिलेटिव्स ब्रदर सिस्टर किसी दूसरे कंट्री में है, और ऑल्सो जो बाहर में हमारे ऑल ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर गिरमिटिया ब्रदर एंड सिस्टर, वो उनको भी ये अब रियलाइज हो कि एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एक मिशन काम कर रहा है हमारे लिए, ओनली फॉर मी, माय फैमिली, माय कल्चर, कि हम इंडिया जाए तो हमको एटलीस्ट गवर्नमेंट के पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, बट कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हमें हेल्प तो करेगा, हमें गाइड तो करेगा, ये कॉन्फिडेंस लाना है लोगों में। जी
definitely, I think you understood that much. Dennis, you have got that much understanding of Hindi by now.
I am getting a sense of what he's saying. It's interesting. Sri Ram, I never thought of that. Suriname is Sri Ram.
Oh yeah, Sri Ram Desh.
But what I'm realizing too is, most people think I'm going after this ancestral search, and their main focus is to try and find any existing distant relatives. But to some surprise, like in my case, you find a village and then you find nobody. But then you say, you know what? In my case, I said, well, wait a minute. There is nobody, but a lot of the people in this village resemble my current relatives. How is this possible? You have to embrace it, prepare yourself for that emotional shock, that you may not find an existing living relative. In that case, what do you do?
Yeah, I know. It happened to me. I went to my Ajah's place, village listed on the immigration pass, and as I said before, when I reached that village, after first visiting my Ajah's place, I went there, and it was disappointing, but I knew that was not my Ajah's village, and I know for sure that I will never find my Ajah's village. So I have to live with that. And I think we'll be coming towards end. We have not heard final thoughts from Vinod and Pramodh. So whilst I invite Vinod to tell us where we go from. Dilip, yes, Dilip wants to say something whilst Vinod,
just
if you could
taking
unmute
one
yourself.
Basically, one information share with all respected person. Just I am making a data of the story of the Girmitya history, and our upcoming program on the 27th November, Girmitya Mahotsav. So many High Commission and Central Minister, Government of India, and also many Minister of Government of UP will be available in this program. So I am collecting a history and a story, your own story, Dennis भाई own story, तब से from starting their ancestor कब आए थे, किस situation में आए थे, and any old pic of the family ancestor family pic available. So kindly I requested to you, all of you, send your own story about this journey, about your personal feeling about ancestor roots and also ancestor connection. I am collecting this type of story from various type of the people. So just sharing with all of you.
Dilip, if you want to do some more editing, I've got about 10 documentary films of my searches, not just of my relatives. I visited two of my ancestral relatives. The documentaries are there. But in total, it will be about at least 10. And if you want to have a video presentation, you can, I'll give you links to those videos on my YouTube channel. You can download it and just have small snippets from each of those. It's a big task, but you can probably do that. And I probably can put in touch with a couple of other people whom I have assisted, probably more, and their journeys haven't been documented on documentary. And if they agree, they can give you pictures and their stories as well. So from my side, you might get from 15 to 20 stories of like that. And yeah, Vinod, unmute yourself.
The work which you all doing is really amazing. It's unbelievable. I saw when Dennis came to the village, he was so much eager, so much passionate to find his ancestry. And that really touched me, that how much you are feeling and thoughts for your ancestor to search out and all these things. So what I'm trying to do is, whoever is coming from Balia, there are many people who are ancestors from Balia. Through Dennis, I'm trying to help them with their villages and other different places so we can make them changes. So the people can recognize that they are living so far, but they are thinking about their ancestors. That's all I can say.
Thank you, Vinod. You're doing great job. Pramodh.
And one thing, I'll send a pic to the cow. Our Hinduism is called Vihara. How I took it. This is amazing, Ben is coming all the way from America, meeting a boy in Calcutta who's from Balia. And then he started the work. And then you're getting now cow is going from Calcutta to Phyllis, and who is working for in our project. So this is really amazing.
That is an amazing story. Yes, yeah, love to see that cow. You must be very, very special cow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pramodh, your final thoughts on where we go from before I invite Swasti, Dennis, and Dilip.
Satiji, I just also I'd like to say Swatiji to hello. She's from Balia, no? From Balia,
Yes.
no? Swatiji. So okay, I'll ask her the exact name and the place. So when I go back, I can visit and get back to all the things for her also when I go back. Okay, sir?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Pramodh, way forward.
Yeah, just one information here that I think whoever went to Fiji, 65,000 people or so, I think Fiji museum has got the list of all the people who have gone to Fiji, and I think so has University in Canberra. I think National University of Canberra has also got the database of everybody who has gone to Fiji. So I think that will make things easier if we are trying to get the database somehow or other, linked to India as well. I don't know whether we can approach the Indian High Commission back in Fiji to be able to, share that information with whoever is trying to get information back in India as well. And if the same thing can happen with more people from Mauritius, if they have got somewhere database collected in Guyana, Trinidad, other places as well. So if India has access to all these things here, that will make things easier for anybody who is trying to reach us from India. So,
thank you, Pramod. It's not at the museum, it's Fiji National Archives, but
National Archives. Oh, okay.
Yes. Recent years, Fiji has made major strides in digitizing the records, and our expert, as I said, is Shekhar Kumar in USA. And next time around, when we meet, I'll also invite him to share that. But I can also share a dialogue I had with Shekhar, with all of you, so that you know what assistance he can provide. And now final rounds from Swasti, and then to Dennis and Dilip. Where do we go from here after tonight? Do we meet again? Do we carry on the work what we discussed today? And if so, how?
Yeah, I think that yeah, it was good to share, to know about the project of Dennis, and also also other work that Pramodh Ji is doing. Is it okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yes, and about the project, I think we must meet again. We must meet again, and then talk a bit also again how we can do it, and what you at your level you are expecting from us. What is what we can do over there, okay? But Dilip can give more information how we can proceed over there about the project of Dennis project. It's close to our project also, about to promote all things so that people can get out of this miserable standing, and promote also education, promote help ladies of the villages to be independent, little entrepreneurs. All this we have in our objective, in our mind. I don't know if you can pass on our website to all the parties here, so that they can get to know our objectives for the future. And I think there are many objectives that combines with all you have Dennis has cited also. And also I wanted to say one thing about the root research. We in our root research we don't promise that we are going to find relatives, because we know finding relatives is not a easy task, because many people must have details themselves of their relatives. As I have said in my first interview with you, that we need to have many details, and this is a personal journey, and but what we can promise is to search for the village. And even for the village, I have seen that we must discuss with person over there, because many villages are so little that we don't figure on the map, yeah. But to find my village Dewa, we have been to, as I have said, we have been to many offices, and by talking to people and talking to elders, and they remember, yeah, the village Dewa is in this place or in other place, like that. And but definitely, if someone is requesting root research from us, but definitely we will give them the right information. As Vinod Bhai also is over there, he can check as he is in the environment over there, and Dilip Ji also. We are quite every day in touch, and saying so with that we must be also beware that people do not how take this information and sell them, you know. Now we have Dilip told me some days back, we have got about 13 to 15 requests from only one person, you know. So we have been a bit we have been wondering what these people are doing a business with that, yeah. Because yeah, we have got just one people, but we are going to have a contact, a telephone contact with this person, and to find out really how we have got so many requests, so many papers in his hand to send all this. Yeah,
It's fine. I
that's
mean, as long as he's paying, he can bring 100 requests as long as.
Yes, but our yes, till now our service is free, you know, it's free.
Yeah, well, as Satish said, people are abusing it. They're piggybacking on the free service and sub-consulting and making money. This is wrong. This is unethical.
Yeah, it was someone from South Africa. This is the second time this things happened, because
then again,
first time he sent 5 inquiries, second time sent 2, then third time sent 13 one time in a one day.
And one time, yeah. Yes, sir.
So who is he? Is he somebody from our diaspora or from India?
I also no,
it's from
diaspora, and he live in the Natal, South Africa.
South Africa, yeah, someone from South Africa.
Just be careful. I mean, if he's a diasporic representative like us, we can understand, but just be careful. This can overwhelm your services and as I said, push you to the brink of burnout. See, you know.
Yeah.
But coming back to Vinod, Daria village. Is that the village close to Bagahi, Rudrapur? Is this the massive village that we found, mostly grass hut residency? The name rings a bell, you know. Vinodji.
Hello, Vinod.
Hello? He may have stepped away. Yeah, that name, Daria,
Dehawa.
Yeah.
It's Dehawa.
Basically, spelling was in the certificate DEWOHA, Dehawa. But real name is the Dehawa, DEHWA.
Vinod, you recall this village?
I'll get it. No issue. I'll get it.
Okay. I was thinking.
The block name is
what is the name of the block? The block name is
Sikandarpur, Babu. Bhaiya.
Oh,
Sikandarpur. Sikandarpur.
Yeah.
नेवरा के पास पड़ता है ये आपको सिकंदरपुर और जी.
Yeah, it's distant from our village, Dennis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's distant.
Yeah, Balia is almost the size. Balia is almost 2,500 square kilometers. Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, it's good to see that people from all parts of the world is beaming back into the ancestral lands, Balia, Ara, Chapra, you know. I would like to beam out a little bit. I would like to understand what Switzerland is like, how many Bhojpuri people live in Switzerland, and you know, it's very, you know.
Bhojpuri awat hui.
I live.
Even Dennis knows Bhojpuri.
I live in Little Bhojpuri here in New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
I walk out my house, my next door neighbor, he's 90 years old. He's Bhojpuri speaking. I walk out to the street, all the shops are all Bhojpuri. There's millions of Bhojpuri people living right here in this little community. But I'm interested.
It's all over world. Bhojpuri is all over world, my friend.
But I'm interested to know in Switzerland.
Yeah,
It's
but yeah,
very
but
uncommon to hear Bhojpuri peoples living in Switzerland, you know.
no, in Switzerland we do not have many Bhojpuri people here. Even in Mauritius, because in Mauritius this language has been not well like enlightened, in Mauritius. I remember हमारे just daddy and nani speaking Bhojpuri, but and after I think 1 or 2 generations, Hindi was uplifted. Yeah, and Bhojpuri was considered as a language of the street, a second language. But now there is a lady in Mauritius have uplifted this this language. Yeah, but many people do not speak Bhojpuri. Yeah.
Not the language. I'm talking about the people. How many of
here in Switzerland?
Yeah, how many
Yeah.
Bhojpuri people are in Switzerland population?
Oh, Girmitya people.
Girmitya population. But Girmitya population, I think there is not many, because many people who came here, it's from how say the South Africa background, African background.
Really?
Yeah, as Mauritius is a multiracial, no? You must know it. But not much Indian comes in Switzerland. Yeah, we are not a very big population here in Bhojpuri. I myself I'm looking for to create a bhajan group here, but I have come across many Tamilian people from South India, but yeah, South India, but born in Mauritius, but not much Indian, Delhi Indian.
Okay, I might have to. I'm getting some messages because I had booked it for 2 hours, and now you're gone. So Zoom is a bit confused.
A thought came to my head quickly that you might want to put on the website is that initial migration of Girmityas from India, Bihar, UP, and these regions, and now the current resettlement geographically. New York City is big, maybe London. There's even in Miami, Toronto, as you say, Switzerland. It would be good.
Holland has got the largest.
Holland. It's good to show geographically the map of how these people spread.
Yeah, the twice banished. We've got the first banishment in the Girmit colonies, and now we are the twice banished, living in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do a bit of research. Okay, so if we agree that we should meet again.
Definitely.
Let's meet again so Vinod can connect with Swasti on how they can bridge the local needs for education, health, women empowerment, and these things. Vinod definitely is a ground force.
Even I'm working a school for the women also. Make them education, make them sign. They have many women they are not knowing, but they know how to write their name also. This is a big thing. Sometimes they come and they say, started a school
Dennis,
for
if we
them.
can put them together, WhatsApp something, if Dennis got. So
I'll send it over. Yeah, I'll have. Yeah.
So they're connected, and I will share the link of this video, and let us know whether you want to. After editing the last bit, we can share. I think we had some very, very good discussion for an hour or so. All of you, after watching it, let us know. And I think, as I said, Dilip, you got a very important role as a senior journalist to promote this initiative and to take us forward. Eventually, when the COVID allows us to travel again, I think all of us, Pramod, myself, Dennis, and I'm sure Swasti as well, we would like to go to India, and then we'll meet over there and want to meet the dignitaries, the people in power in the UP government and Bihar government, so we can talk to them and put across our case to them. Dennis?
Hopefully, Dilip and Vinod can meet in Calcutta. Vinod is in Malik Bazaar, Grand Hotel Oberoi. And Dilip is in what part of Calcutta, sir? Huh?
I live in Howrah AC Market, very close to
Howrah
AC Market.
Yes. I used to work there. My office was in Howrah.
But I have requested, I'm leaving the meeting, basically 2 artists waiting for me dubbing show.
Okay, we're ending now.
Can I take? Okay.
So
thank you all of you, and we will talk again. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Satish send Dilip's phone number, so we I have it. I'll send it to Vinod. Okay.
Yeah, Swasti as well.
Okay, great.
You are on the email as well.
You have to add Vinod, yeah. I'll send his phone number. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Pramod. Thank you.
Okay, right. I'm going to say
thank you, everyone.
goodbye, Pramod.